Greetings fam! If you're looking for a 34-inch ultrawide that brings OLED contrast, pro-level color, and seriously snappy gaming performance, check out the Alienware AW3423DWF QD-OLED. I've dug into expert reviews, spec sheets, and real user forums so you can get the full picture, and if you want to grab one, click the link in bio for the best deal. First off, the display is beautiful. This is a 34.18 curved QD-OLED with a 1800R radius, giving you a really immersive 21:9 experience. The native resolution is 3440x1440 WQHD, which hits a sweet spot for both gaming and media, sharp enough without demanding too much GPU power. When it comes to responsiveness, this monitor delivers. It runs at 165 Hz over DisplayPort and supports AMD FreeSync Premium Pro, and it's G-Sync compatible, which means smooth, tear-free gameplay is totally achievable. The claimed 0.1 milliseconds gray-to-gray response time, per Dell's spec, is super low, giving very little motion blur. Color accuracy and vibrance are next level thanks to the Quantum Dot layer. According to Dell's specs, it covers 99.3% of DCI P3 and supports 1.07 billion colors. That makes the monitor awesome not just for gaming but also for creative work or content where color fidelity matters. Brightness and contrast are also strong points. The monitor has a typical brightness of 250 candelas per square meter, but it can peak up to 1000 nits for smaller HDR highlights, according to the official spec sheet. The contrast ratio is listed as 1,000,000:1, which is typical for OLED and gives you those deep, inky blacks. On the HDR front, it's DisplayHDR True Black 400 certified, which means while it's not HDR giant in brightness, it nails contrast and color depth. For many users, that's more visually useful than raw HDR peak brightness. The monitor also lets you choose between different picture modes, like Creator Mode for color accuracy or FPS, RPG for gaming. Connectivity is solid. You get 2x DisplayPort 1.4, 1x HDMI 2.0, a USB 3.2 General 1 hub, with downstream and upstream ports, and a headphone out jack. The stand is height adjustable, and you also get tilt and swivel, so it's pretty flexible to set up on your desk. In real-world use, many people praise this monitor for its perfect blacks and color vibrance. According to Windows Central's testing, the white point remains stable across brightness levels, and the color accuracy is really strong. But there are some reported issues. On Reddit, multiple users mention that HDR modes, especially HDR 1000, can feel washed out, or gamma is weird in dark scenes. Some recommend dialing down the contrast in the OSD or switching to True Black HDR mode to improve the look. One more caveat: if you're using HDR, some users say there's a gamma tone mapping issue, especially in HDR 1000 mode. Dark details can be lifted in a way that makes shadowy scenes feel less punchy. Also, forum advice suggests setting the monitor to Creator Right Pointing Arrow sRGB, Gamma 2.2, and keeping contrast at 75, or adjust based on firmware, for balanced brightness and color. So, is the Alienware AW3423DWF worth buying? In my well-researched opinion, yes, if you care about deep colors, smooth motion, and immersive curved gaming. It's not a brightest HDR TV substitute, but for gaming and visually rich experiences, this monitor brings some of the best contrast, responsiveness, and color fidelity you can get today. If you're okay with a few HDR quirks or spend a little time tweaking settings, it's a seriously compelling pick. Click the link below for the best price.